Well, I was born into a family of women that were very strong. Even in the 18th, 19th, and certainly the 20th century, these women felt like they were very powerful. So for instance, in my family, women are traditionally buried under their own names. So for me, I always felt that I had a sense of power. So over the years, though, I began to have to re-examine those ideas. I do not think it can continue to be us against them, female against male, or vice versa. I certainly find that I am constantly shocked by the idea that it could be us against us. Women against women. So again, hearkening back to how I was raised, women were very strong, they were very supportive of each other, they saw that, what needed to be done, and they simply stepped in and did it. I've been thinking about words in the last 5 years. Words that we use to describe men that we admire. So the word honor, I consider myself that to be just one of the most important issues of humanity, is a sense of honor. So if you talk about an honorable man, we know what we're all speaking of. But honor, when it's referred to and used in relationship to a woman, is something that has to be defended. It's not something that people perceive as integral to me as a human being. I think about the word noble. What a beautiful word. And the implications of graciousness, of being willing to help and give and stand for principles. So if we talk about a noble man, we know what that word means. But if I am trying to present an ideal of integrity or nobility, usually people refer to me as arrogant. It's more about my social position and a social class. It's not about the fineness of a woman's character. I, again, have this honor of teaching young women, young men of different sexual preferences, different lifestyles, and they come to me with extraordinary educations. They have a sense of direction where they want to go professionally. At 17 or 18, they know they must be a doctor. They know they've got to be an attorney. They are smart. They are really quite brilliant. And yet they don't have a sense of personal worth sexually. And I find that very concerning. And so over the last 5-10 years in the studios, and just by the nature of studios, everybody's talking and collaborating and working. I find that many of these conversations turn to, how do I, as a woman, how do I, as a male, really understand the power dynamics that are concerned with beauty, sexuality, eroticism, and how that is going to play out in your life. I wanted to think about, how do I make art as a feminist? Because feminism isn't just an isolated philosophy. It is part of a continuum, to me, of the human endeavor. And if we're not struggling to be finer, if we're not trying to be more noble, to be more honorable, then we are just being complacent, and there are too many people who came before us that have fought and pushed and tried and succeeded. And now I feel like it is my responsibility, all of our responsibilities, to move that forward in the circumstances in which we're living in today.